We're getting now towards the culmination of the Secret Shore project. All these people have learned songs, they've done their folklore research. So here we are, summer's day, up on the downs, and it's really getting people up on here, on the hills, to talk about the archaeology of the South Downs, to talk about Hilaire Belloc and literary links and the folklore, and to bring people, a lot of people here live on the coast, so to bring them right up into the heart of the Downs and have a good old celebration. We're going to the Devil's Jumps. It's one of the premier archaeological sites on the South Downs. If you go further west, you've got all the standing stones. We haven't got standing stones on the South Downs, but what we have got are burial mounds. And these are Bronze Age, so they're 3,000 years old or more, and there's 5 of them in alignment with 2 smaller ones to the side. So that's the largest group of burial mounds that you'll find on the Downs. The thing, of course, about archaeological sites is that it's all speculation. So it may be very informed speculation, but there are no written documents. So what did these people think? What did these people believe? How did they live? You can't really say for certain, but the things that are clear is that the Bronze Age was a culmination of a period of time that saw the way that human beings lived transform totally. Hilaire Belloc's book, The Four Men, came very close to this spot, and the 4 men terminated at South Harting, so Belloc definitely came here, and Belloc would have loved this sort of site. It was the sort of thing that fed his soul.
I've got some lines from Belloc, the Bellocians amongst us. This afternoon, this evening, we'll recognise these lines, just some verses from his poem, The South Country, but very much here in a poem in the landscape. And what better pulpit to deliver it from than here. The great hills of the South Country, they stand along the sea, and it's there, walking in the high woods, that I would wish to be, and the men that were boys when I was a boy, walking along with me. I will gather and carefully make my friends from the men of the Sussex Weald. They watch the stars from silent folds, they stiffly plough the field. And the men that were boys when I was a boy shall sit and drink with me.
Right.
I'm proudly holding my grandfather's book of the 4 men that's been passed down to me, and there's a piece here that really describes what's called the very old road. So all along the road under Chanctonbury, that high hill, we went as the morning broadened, along a way that is much older than anything in the world, a way that leads from old Pevensey Port through the Vale of Glynde and across Cookmere and across Ouse, then up to the height of Lewis, and then round the edge of the Coombe, and then down onto the ledge below the Downs, making Courthouse and Plumpton Corner, Westmeston, Clinton and Hollow Pye Coombe, though between these two it branches and meets again, making an island of Worstonbury Hill, and then on, by Poynings and Fulking and Edburton, and so to the crossing of the water and the fort of Bramber, and so along and along, all under the Downs, until it passes Arran at the bridge, and so by Bury and Westburton and Sutton and Duncton, Graffham and Cocking and Didling and Harting. All Sussex names and all places where the pure water, having dripped through the chalk of the high hills, gushes out in fountains to feed that line of steadings and of human homes. By that way we went, by walls and trees that seemed as old as the old road itself, talking of all those things men talk of, because men were made for speech and for companionship.
This is Chesterton's great poem, about Belloc, and it really gives you a sense of Belloc, his personality and his passion, and also it brings in their sense towards the end of their lives about how rural England, and particularly Sussex, was being overwhelmed by change. And I thought of a thundering flag unfurled and the roar of the burgher's bell. Beacons crackled and bolts were hurled as you came over the top of the world, and under your feet were chance and cheat and the slime of the slopes of hell. It has not been as the great wind spoke on the great green down that day. We have seen, wherever the wide wind spoke, slavery slain the English folk. The robbers of land we have seen command, the rulers of land obey. Only you I have not forgotten, for wreck of the world renown, rending and ending of things gone rotten, only the face of you unforgotten, and your head upthrown in the skies alone, as you came over the downs. On Sussex hills where I was bred, when lanes in autumn rains run red, when Aaron tumbles in his bed, and busy great gusts go by, where Branch was bare in Burton Glen, and Berry Hill is whitening then, I drink strong ale with gentlemen, which nobody can deny, 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 which nobody can deny. From Crowborough top to Ditchling town, from Hurstpierpoint to Arundel town, the girls are plump and the ale is brown, which nobody can deny, 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 deny. If he does, he tells a lie.
The songs of the area, I think, are charming. I enjoyed that, and I like the way that they put all the local names into one song. I think that's brilliant. That's quite brilliant. I've heard the name Hilaire Belloc, but I wouldn't know what he wrote, and in fact I will try and read the book that Chris has quoted from.
Yeah, I'd heard of him, been here before, but never linked the two really, and didn't really know anything about Hilaire Belloc other than that he was a poet from this area. So.
I live down on the coast, Pagan. Less often do I kind of get to come up here, but when I do, it all comes back to all the fairy rings and all that, all the stories of woods. So yeah, as often as I can, I try to get up here.
Doing this is just another thing that brings you closer to the whole idea of the countryside, doesn't it? It's learning about the culture and the folklore, as well as singing the songs. They hark back to an older time. I love poetry anyway. Just hearing them being spoken at the top of somewhere so beautiful was quite moving and really nice. Yeah.
Local people in Sussex are interested in Belloc because they love Sussex and he loves Sussex. And he wrote wonderfully about the landscape. He was one of the great prose writers of the 20th century. And it's great to be able to come along to an event where you're not just talking about Belloc, but you're singing folk songs, discussing his ideas, and enjoying very good and genial company.
At the Royal Oak Inn is the very best beer I know. With mine, here it goes, and there it goes, all the fun's before us. The tipples are bored and the night is young. The doors ajar and the barrel is sprung. I'm singing the best song ever was sung, and it has a rousing chorus.
And he told her why. Tom's gone to Hilo. She'd robbed him blind and left him broke. Away to Hilo. He'd had enough, gave her the poke. Tom's gone to Hilo. His half pay went, it went like chaff.
away to high lodge. Hail, hail, glorious ale, served up in pewter, it tells its own tale. Some folks like radishes, some curl like kale, but give I boiled parsnips and a girt dish of taters and a lump of fatty bacon and a pint of good.
It's been great to be part of it, hasn't it? It's been a lovely crowd of people and a great walk, good beer, yeah, and Belloc, beer and Belloc. How's that? Bit of alliteration.
The day has been a really great success. We had so many people here, 70, 80, maybe 90 people, and people really have joined in, and it's been a beautiful sunny day, and I think it just shows what an incredible success this project's been, and a great thing for the South Downs Society.